Hey guys, Q here with another walkthrough video for the Evil Within AKUMU walkthrough for idiots. This is if you're not familiar with my videos, go ahead and go watch the intro video for I have the Evil Within AKUMU walkthrough for idiots intro. And I explain everything there. I explain what I do and why I do it essentially. So uh, hopefully these videos will help you out. We're starting on chapter 3 right now. Um, I know it's essentially one hit kill in AKUMU, but I believe there are certain areas that are not one hit kill, um, such as fire. I don't want to accidentally step in a fire and have to start all over again. So that's why I am still using health items, getting my health up. Just because I don't want to, have to start everything from scratch just because of some stupid mistake like that. What we're gonna do, obviously, we're gonna enter this area, and it's gonna slam behind us.
Shit.
Now there are certain guys that we are gonna use a little bit of pistol ammo here because as soon as we start burning those enemies, the other ones will drop and come alive. But first things first, we're gonna go hit up the save. That is the most important thing you want to do here. You will not be disarming bombs until we have completed the entire area. Well, no, we are gonna be disarming some bombs real soon, actually, and I'll show you when that. When we're gonna be doing that. Just so I can point it out really quickly here for you guys. There's one bomb right there, and there's another bomb right there. All right, so I'll mention those. I'll mention those bombs in a second. But right now, we're gonna go into the save point, and I'm gonna show you the next upgrades we're gonna work on. God, Tatiana, don't freak me out like that.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone. She just wiggles away like the little temptress she is. All right. So we're gonna go in that mirror. There we go.
My head.
We have tons of keys. Now, this is what I'm gonna do, and because I am gonna stop the video as soon as I am gonna stop the video. Effectively what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use all my keys for gel. What I'm gonna do here,
You should find
we're
this
gonna hit up the
useful.
save. Okay. Oh, she's gotta show me. She gotta show me first. I believe the first one is required. She's so cute.
This way,
Look at them
please.
lips. They're all love a woman with long hair. Man, you know what I'd do to her? Man, I would take her out to a nice dinner.
Where are you taking
I
me?
would treat her right, and I would not even invite myself
talk
up. I
much.
would kiss her goodnight, and I would call her the next day. That's what I'd do for her. Yeah, I'd do that to her all day. Uh, See, I should have had 3 keys, and I couldn't find that one if you saw my last video. Do you
Detective
have a key like
Castellanos?
this?
Do you have a key like this?
Yes, I do.
That key will allow you to open this door.
Alright, so I believe we should be able to save at this point. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to save, and I am going
Contents
to...
are yours.
I'm going to do the
Please,
locker...
come back whenever you need to.
I'm going to do the locker trick. There we go. Where I can... It's basically random. So what I'm going to do until I get 2 sets of green gel. Okay? I'm going to accept that save. There we go. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to run to the back. Yep. Not run out of stamina. And just open up a random locker. Any random locker, really. If it's not green gel, like that's not green gel, I'm gonna load my save, and then I'm just gonna do it again. Now I'm gonna spare you guys. I'm gonna spare you guys this part. I'm just gonna keep doing that until I get some green gel for both of the keys, and then I'll cut back in and show you what exactly we do with the green gel. So I'll in just a moment. There we go. All right, guys. I spent a lot of time farming those lockers, and I just couldn't consistently get gel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just not gonna do that right now, and I'm gonna show you the other thing you're gonna want to be doing. And now this is this type of stuff you'll want to do early in the game. You won't necessarily need to do it later in the game. But you're gonna want to try and disarm these bombs. And basically, what you're gonna do, you want to save, disarm one bomb, save again, because these bombs are crazy. Now, I'm probably gonna fail this. Let's see. Okay, where am I going for? Nope, that was way off. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to keep, you just want to keep loading your save, and as soon as you get it, go ahead and as soon as you get it, go ahead and save and try the next bomb. Particularly those two bombs in the kitchen there is when you're gonna want to is when you're gonna want to save. So you want to get those two bombs, and then I'll also show you another trap you're gonna get a little later. But just keep doing this until you get them, and then I'm gonna probably do I'm gonna do a jump cut to when I've already gotten those two bombs, and I'll show you what to do next. Alright guys, so at this point we've disarmed both of those bombs and we've got the parts for them. So now we're gonna go to a third bomb that I'm gonna want you to disarm, but we need those parts, and that's essentially why I'm doing this. So right now, since we're in the very beginning, we don't need to worry about making noise. Do not burn those bodies. As soon as you burn one, they will all come down. This will not lock, I don't believe. Yeah, this will not lock until you trigger the cutscene up above. So we're gonna go up to this one and disarm this as well. Well, try. Just make sure you're saving before you do every bomb. You're gonna need these parts later in the game. You're gonna need them for harpoon bolts. If you suck as bad as me. Now, if you suck as bad as me, it probably won't take you as long to get these freaking bombs. So, that'll work out well. But we're gonna keep. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna get that last bomb, and then I'll show you of a single trap, a couple things to collect, and then we'll move on to the cutscene. All right, so we disabled all three of those bombs and saved. And we got 6 parts out of it. Now, it can be a little time consuming, but this is AKUMU mode and no time for messing around. What I'm going to have you do then, you're going to come back out to this house, and we're going to do some looting. Got some gel. If you didn't hear me before, I did not upgrade. I did not do the say words and stuff like that in the English language. I did not upgrade anything because I didn't get any gel from the lockers, so... Yeah, I know where you are, Doctor. The reason I didn't do that because I didn't find any green gel. I didn't find any green gel from the lockers, and it was just taking too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to complete this part, get some more keys, and really just farm it just farm for it. You should have some matches here, but if you have 10, that's all you'll ever need. You'll never need more than 10. Okay, I believe there's a box there, but there wasn't anything in it. What we're gonna do over here, I don't think we came up on any ammo yet. We came up on some matches. Okay. Now, I don't recall if this guy gets up or not after the checkpoint, so we're gonna burn him here. We're gonna get these boxes, which there's nothing in there either. I already got that bomb. And then we're gonna get some green gel here. Now there's so little ammo, it's not even funny. So we're gonna do that. Now what I want to make sure you do is make sure. Oh, box. Parts, sweet. Make sure you grab this axe out of the wall. We will be using it. Yep, come on. Good boy. And there's a trap here, so you're going to want to be careful. There we go. There we go. And we're going to want to approach from this side. We're going to run back to this side after the cutscene, and I'll show you what we do at that point for sure. You know, and there's plenty of matches. But that's about the only thing there's plenty of, honestly. Because at this point, we're just not getting snapped. So we're going to go back in here. We're going to loot a little bit more, and then we're going to trigger the cutscene, which I think will probably be the end of this video. We'll see how it turns out when I edit it. Now, what I'm looking for is trying to decide how to go about this next part, whether we should burn the enemies before triggering the cutscene. I don't think so. They're a lot easier to deal with if yeah, we will. I'll tell you what. So we're not going to trigger the cutscene yet. I'm done looting this area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this hey, look, a box. How did I forget that? I'm going to leave this hatchet right in the floor there. Because that's where... Nope. I'm going to leave it where I'm going to need it. I know what I want to do. Do you? I'm going to leave this hatchet right on the floor right there. And what I'm going to do... I'm going to go save and I'm going to trigger some enemies. Okay. And we're going to try and knife them. Yeah. You know, for a detective who looks like he's in pretty good shape, is he like a chain smoker? Like, does he have a cigarette in his lung right now? Like, that's how he's smoking it? He lights it and then just inhales it?
Have you forgotten something?
Oh, I've forgotten something. Oh, Oscar. Okay, so we're going to save real quick and I'm going to show you what to do here. Alright guys, so what we're going to do here, we're going to have to take on a different strategy than I thought we were. Because I took the axe out of the wall and set it down, it disappeared when I loaded my save. So we're going to have to do this part without the axe, which sucked because there's a certain enemy I particularly used it on. But you know what? We're better than that. We don't need no axes. What we're going to do, we're going to come up here and trigger the cutscene. Take out your pistol. You're gonna need pistol shots.
Who's there?
No, don't shoot.
Dr. Marcelo Jimenez.
I'm a doctor. Marcelo Jimenez.
You were in the ambulance before it crashed, right?
Yes, we're lucky to be alive.
So what we're
Have you
gonna
seen anyone
do
else?
is we're actually gonna take out the
I saw him
Ruvik
running
clone
overhead,
after he triggers the traps.
Come this way.
Quietly,
mind
mind you. Grenade! And as I mentioned before, last time I opened that box, there was nothing in it. So if you're really low on ammo, do the same thing as we do with the bombs and the lockers. Save, break a box. If it's an item you want, then save again. If it's not, reload the save.
Have a look
Simple
for
as that.
yourself. Those things chased me all the way into the village.
Me too.
But what I'm gonna do,
They're all over the place.
Leslie went through that gate. Good Lord.
There are too many to shoot our way through.
One of us could try to lure them away while the other gets the gate open. You're
can I
the one
skip
with the
this?
gun.
No.
If you say so.
Alright, so what we're gonna do is see that Ruvik clone there. We're basically gonna unload into him with our pistol ammo. We will not need pistol ammo again until halfway through chapter 4. We're not gonna need any ammo again
Damn it,
until
I'm
halfway through chapter 4.
There is a crank on the terrace. You'll need to operate it if I'm to pass through.
So basically, we're just luring the Ruvik clone here, and you gotta get to him before he launches his crazy shit. Now, this is unupgraded, there he is. Come here, come here, come here. There we go. Ah, suck at aiming! This is why I call this my AKUMU walkthrough for idiots, because I suck at these games. And I know it, so I'm gonna be doing strategies. There we go. So, once you take care of that, Ruvik clone, what we need to do is we need to find a place to hide so that they all reset their patterns. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back in here, and as you can see, I almost used all my pistol ammo. We won't be needing the pistol ammo again for a while, so don't you worry about that. So we're gonna hide under this bed here. I'm gonna hide under this bed here, and we're just gonna chill out for a bit until they lose interest and go back to their original patrols. And you know, a lot of people have a bunch of gripes about this game. They're saying it's you know, just basically Resident Evil 4, and I disagree. Here's the thing. Now, it does have some shortcomings that Resident Evil 4 didn't have, but I think a lot of people are overcoming in ways it's better than Resident Evil 4. First of all, of course, the graphics are better. It's 2 generations ahead. The graphics are fantastic, especially for a survival horror with such low light. Resident Evil 4, one of the things that was so hard to do Resident Evil 4, you could not strafe. There was no strafe. Well, this game has a motherfucking strafe. But lastly, what I want to point out is that some games are hard because of their mechanics, and that's what makes them great. Resident Evil is still great, even though it has really old school mechanics. Alright, see, they're going back to their patrols. We're going to give it another minute. Resident Evil 4 was great partially because of the story, but the gameplay. And so I want you to imagine this. Okay, say you're playing a PlayStation 4 game, and you go back to PlayStation 2 and you play Resident Evil 4. You're going to play that thing and think, oh my god, this is shit. The controls are so heavy, there's so much you can't do, you can hardly move, the movement is just way off. Well, I'll play for about an hour and you won't even notice. And that's what it is with most games, is that games play so differently. But if you play them long enough, if you play them for an hour, you will stop noticing the bad stuff about them, and you will actually enjoy the game. Every single game you play is different. When I first played Uncharted, I did not like it. And mind you, the demo, because of the gameplay, because of the aiming style, the grenades, all that stuff. It was just so difficult for me. I hated it. Well, I finally got it, and when I started playing it, it took a couple hours, but after a couple hours, I got used to the controls. I got used to everything. And that's what makes the game great. I think this game is fantastic. People saying it's just a clone of Resident Evil, Okay, I mean, in some aspects, but in some aspects, I still think it's a great game. That's my little rant while we're just waiting for them to go back to their normal patrols. We're going to open this up, and then we're going to run back through that door and under the bed where we just were. Now, if I recall, you don't need to mash really fast for these types of things. Really just, button press it all. Sorry for the jump cut there, guys. Dr. Jimenez is going over there. We just opened the gate for him. What you got to do is you got to run to the second room and get under the bed. Make sure it's the second room. They're going to come busting in through that window. Now what's going to happen, there's one zombie coming through the window, one zombie coming up the stairs. What we got to do, you got to wait till she gets on the other side of the door. Because right now there's another zombie next to us. Now, because we make noise coming out. So you have this guy here. And we're going to kill him as soon as he turns around. Good. Alright, now, that lady with the knife will be coming back. So let's get back under the bed. And we're just going to wait for her to come back. Do. She should come busting back through there. It will take a while, but this is AKUMU mode, so don't even mess around, We took out that Ruvik clone. That was really going to be the real pain. There's only one other enemy in this part that's a real pain. What I'm going to do, he was holding an axe. Let's see if it's an axe that we can pick up. Now, so if you had the other... If you had the other axe here, you would be able to just axe her in the face, and that would be sufficient. It looks like she's not being friendly, so I'm going to try something a little risky here for you guys. If you don't have the axe, like I don't, I got really lucky there. I don't think she saw me. She did. Okay, so I'm going to punch her, and I'm going to run. Okay? What I'm going to do, I'm going to lure her over to this guy. Burn, bitch. And just in case there's any coming, I'm going to hide. Now, like I said, if you had the axe, she busts through that door as soon as you get close to it, and then you just axe her in the face. I just had to do something a little more risky, and it worked out. Now, I hear someone walking, so I'm going to wait here to see if they pass near me. I think they heard us running, and they heard me burn her. So I'm going to just stick around for a second. Okay, so I think he's going back down the stairs. Definitely sounds like it. I'm gonna stay crouched. And you really do have to be very careful. Make sure you know where your hiding spot is, which is under that bed. I don't believe. Ugh. Okay. This guy only paths. Yeah, he only paths to there. So he turns around. We're gonna go and knife him. Make sure you approach him slightly from the right. There we go. He didn't decide to drop anything, which is a real pain. But I think we're good for this area. What we got to do now is hit up the other building. Now, the other building can be difficult as well. Because there are two enemies, and they're kind of hard to path correctly, I should say. Now I'm just sneaking, just in case there's any enemies around that decide to be new. This game is a little strange like that. Enemies will show up, and you're like, wait a minute, there was never what? So we're going to go over to this building, and there's going to be two enemies in this building on the ground floor, which is why we're approaching it from the top floor. Now, I believe they come running up here as soon as you enter the area. So immediately get under this bed. And he's going to come all the way over here. And see, you got a torch and a shotty. Alright, so hopefully the other guy will be down the stairs enough for us to knife this guy. Oh, looks like they're taking their sweet ass time. See, the problem is if I knife this guy while the other guy sees me, well, obviously that's no good. I believe there is still two enemies downstairs though. So we're gonna do that in a second. We're gonna find out. Turn around. Beautiful. Now, I know he has a torch that we could potentially use on the guy downstairs, but I think we're gonna save that. Okay. Yeah, I think we're gonna save that. We're actually gonna move it for a second. No, we're not gonna save it because it's just gonna disappear if we try reloading. So we're not gonna save it. There's a particular enemy in mind that I want to use it on, but if we have to reload the save, the torch will disappear, and that's a waste. So this guy can be a real pain because he's, I don't want to say fast, but his path is short, I should say. There we go. These angles can be a pain sometimes. Now, careful these shotgun guys, because they can hit you from a distance. As soon as he turns around, go ahead and go get him. Just make sure you're quick about it. If you have trouble, run back up and get that torch and flame him. It's really, I don't want to say it's that easy, but it's really that simple. Hopefully you've gotten to this point with me, to where both of these buildings are completely clear of enemies. So we're gonna hit the save, and then I will show you about the next part. And I'll tell you what, I'll talk to you a little more. Like I said, we didn't use the keys yet. There are a bunch more keys that I will be showing you at the end of this. At the end of the before we leave this area, or at the end of this chapter, I should say. But we're gonna save it now, and I'll see you next.